What if I gave over my house keys to two voices? For 1 week, I'd let Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant control my entire house. Lights, coffee, security, music, reminders, even my shopping list. There are no manual switches, no typical alarms. No, I'll just do it myself. Just vocal instructions, smart routines, and a little faith in the algorithm. Would it feel futuristic and effortless, as if we were living in 2035? Or would I end up arguing with a speaker at 2 a.m. because I mistook turn off the fan for order more pans? Let's go over how I'd put it up, what I'd automate, what I'd test, and whether I'd survive the week. Before the experiment could begin, I'd need to create the house's digital brain. Alexa and Google Assistant don't simply run things, they require hardware, smart lamps, plugs, cameras, locks, and thermostats. Consider them to be CEOs with devices serving as staff. I would start with smart lights in each room, smart plugs for coffee machines and televisions, and a smart thermostat, video doorbells, indoor security cameras, smart speakers for the bedroom, kitchen, and living room. Now here's the twist. Instead of selecting one environment, I'd use both. Alexa would have authority over half the house, Google Assistant would handle the other half, almost like housemates but more competitive. Let's say it's Monday. Instead of setting an alarm, I'd establish a good morning habit. At 7 a.m., bedroom lights gradually brighten, curtains open, if automated, and coffee machine turns on. The thermostats adjust and a voice says, "Good morning. Today is Monday. Your first meeting starts at 9 a.m. Alexa might deliver it in a calm, slightly robotic tone. Google Assistant might provide a weather update and a traffic report. No touching my phone, no stumbling in the dark, simply a clean, coordinated start. Sounds ideal, right? Until one of them misunderstands me at 6:59 a.m. and plays loud music instead of turning on gentle lighting. That's when the week becomes intriguing. The kitchen test. Can AI cook with me? This is when things become practical, cooking dinner and yelling. Alexa, set a timer for 12 minutes. Hey Google, convert 350 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. Alexa, add tomatoes to my shopping list. Hey Google, how many grams in a cup of rice? Instead of painstakingly Googling everything, I'd only use voice commands. Here's where Google Assistant may flourish. It's extremely effective in answering contextual queries. If I ask how long should I bake chicken, and then follow up with at 200 degrees, it gets the message. Alexa, on the other hand, excels in smart home control and integration. By midweek, I'd probably be detecting their personalities. Alexa resembles a home manager. Google Helper feels more like a research helper. Lighting wars, Alexa versus Google. Evenings in smart homes feel fantastic. Imagine saying, "Alexa, movie night." Suddenly the lights dim to 30% and the TV turns on. Curtains shut and the soundbar activates. What about the cinematic shift? It has a tremendous feel about it. Almost dramatic. Then I'd try to Google with something like, "Hey Google, set the mood." Warm lighting, soft jazz, perhaps even a small thermostat adjustment. However, these processes do not always trigger perfectly. The light does not respond, the device disconnects, Wi-Fi glitches. Your house becomes more than just a place to live, it is a network. If Wi-Fi fails, your smart home may become confused. Security and peace of mind. This would be one of the most fascinating aspects of the experiment. I would connect smart locks, cameras, doorbell notifications, and motion alerts. When someone rings the bell, a speaker announces it. Cameras are streaming to my phone. I can ask, "Alexa, show me the front door." "Hey Google, is the back door locked?" It gives you a sense of empowerment. However, it also raises questions. Do I trust voice commands for security? What if someone outside cries through a window, "Alexa, unlock the door"? Modern systems provide safeguards, but the notion would certainly cross my mind. Convenience meets caution. Midweek reality check, the annoying moments. By Wednesday, I'd undoubtedly notice friction. Examples: misheard orders, multiple devices are responding at once, one assistant triggers when I call the other, updates come at random times. Imagine calling "Hey Google" and getting a jealous response from Alexa. There is also the human factor. You start to speak differently, slower, clearer, slightly robotic. You are trained by your own devices. That's when you realize who's running who. Productivity boost or distraction. One unexpected advantage could be increased productivity. Instead of picking up my phone every 5 minutes, I'd ask, "Alexa, remind me to send that email at 3. "Hey Google, what's on my calendar tomorrow?" "Alexa, start a 25-minute focus timer." Voice engagement minimizes screen time, but here's the opposite side. You might start asking useless inquiries simply because you can. "Hey Google, what's the tallest mountain in Europe?" "Alexa, tell me a random fact." Suddenly your house feels chatty. Music control, the ultimate test. Music is personal, emotional. I'd test, "Alexa, play relaxing piano music." Hey Google, play 90s hip-hop. Both assistants work with streaming services, but Google's natural language search frequently feels a little smarter. It understands vague requests better. Alexa, on the other hand, is more likely to complete routines quickly. After a week, I'd likely assign roles. Alexa, the automation queen; Google equals information genius. It would no longer be a rivalry, it would involve specialization. Energy savings, smarter living? One thing I'd keep an eye on is the amount of electricity used. Smart thermostats adjust automatically. The lights switch off when there is no motion detected. Plugs reduce standby power. Over a week, this might cut waste, and it's satisfying to say, "Alexa, turn everything off," and witness your house quickly go quiet. It has a tremendous feel about it, like piloting a spaceship. The social experiment. Imagine having friends over. Rather than flicking switches, you casually state, "Alexa, lower the lights." "Hey Google, play Party Mix." It gives off a futuristic vibe. However, it comes across as performative. Eventually, someone will ask, "Alexa, what's the meaning of life?" "Hey Google, tell us a joke." Suddenly, your home becomes the source of entertainment. Here's the deeper part of the experiment. By day 5, I'd definitely cease viewing the assistant as tools. They'd feel the presence. You greeted them. You thanked them. You're moderately annoyed with them. There is something weird about chatting to your walls. It's subtle, but it alters life. You feel less alone in your home. There is always an answer. This may be comforting or perhaps unsettling. Let us be honest. Convenience is not the most common reason for hesitating. It's about privacy. Smart assistants are constantly listening for wake words. Instead of continually recording, try listening. During this week, I'd probably check the settings every day. Review your voice history, delete the recordings, adjust the permissions. Convenience comes at the expense of trust. Trust is a personal thing. Weekend mode, maximum automation. By Saturday, I'd push it even further. Develop sophisticated routines. I'm leaving. Lock doors, turn off lights, and reduce the thermostat. Good night, activate security, lower lights, and play white noise. Workout time means putting on the lights, playing an energetic playlist, and starting the timer. At this stage, the home would seem choreographed. It's almost like living within a tech demo. Will it replace traditional living? After 7 days, I would ask myself, did this make life easier or simply more digital? The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. The convenience is real, hands-free control is addictive, automation saves time, but there is beauty in manual simplicity. Wi-Fi is never required when flipping a switch. Turning a key requires no firmware update. Smart homes aren't intended to replace control, they are looking to improve it. Final verdict: who wins? If I had to crown a winner, Alexa might win in smart home control depth. Google Assistant might win in terms of intelligence and natural conversation. But the real winner? Convenience. Letting AI run your house for a week wouldn't feel like losing control. It would feel like delegating. After a week of having Alexa and Google Assistant manage my home, I doubt I'd go back to a dumb life. Convenience is addictive. The routines have a mystical sense to them. The hands-free control saves time in ways you don't realize until it's gone. But remember this: technology should help you, not replace you. A smart home feels best when it feels helpful rather than domineering. Will I do it again? Absolutely. Would I let them completely take control forever? Probably not. Ultimately, even in a smart home, I still want to be the boss.